Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. We have no mic today. I've been testing my mic several times this morning and the sound is just kind of faded. So I don't know what's going on. I've got to get a new mic and I'm going to have to invest in a better mic. The ones I've been buying is little cheap $20 mics. They work, but they have their problems. So no sound today for the most part. But what I wanted to accent right now in general, while I'm close enough to the camera, is how pleased I am with how our progress with him. He is starting to trust, and we've got a relationship going to a really good degree, and we've got a good baseboard of a start with him, and I'm real happy with that. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm kind of adding a new leaf. I go out and I potty break him, and a lot of letting him have freedom and do what he wants to, so he learns vocabulary of free hunt, which is going to be his release word. We brought in the clicker, and then our relationship is to a point now that he's a lot less prone to be insecure and nervous. It's still there though. So again, we're going to experience a lot of things based on everything is going to be a new adventure for him going out in public. The muzzle, he's been put into a muzzle at the house, so I've got some work on that. You saw me doing the kennel. He didn't like the kennel. They did it wrong, but you notice he has some kind of awareness of a kennel. They probably used it as a dog house or whatever, it doesn't matter. But bottom line, all you're doing is kind of figuring out where the dog's head's at, right? So I'm going to be working on getting him into the muzzle and being able to strap it up. Right now, we're just keeping everything positive. It's just a food bowl. Just a food bowl. There you go. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Yep. Good boy. Good. There you go. I'll let him start pushing into it, using the opposition reflex and him. Yep, good, yeah, good boy, good boy, good, yeah, go, good boy, good boy, good. All right, so little things, you know, he's got to come after the food in the same chasing manner to get into it. We're going to keep it totally positive. We've got our start on the kennel, and notice what I said before was that we take everything very slow and methodical. So I'm not going to rush it. We're going to do this a couple, 2-3 days and keep working on our development of our basics of the clicker and loading clicker and the table and my bowls and how I use that in general. The run's going to be ticklish as this kennel, because he's going to be going into the truck and having to be going into the kennel from the truck. That's going to be an insecure position for him. So it'll be a little tricky. I think we can do it, but it's just going to be, I might have to cut it apart in pieces, meaning take a crate out of there and just throw the hot dogs into the crate and let them have fun jumping into the truck after the hot dogs. We'll maybe go there. Just being creative and figuring out whatever's going to work without force, without, you know, I don't need to force the dog in, because you want a negative attitude. It's the dog that you do the wrong thing in that way, you'll set him back and you'll stun him. Everything's going to be positive in the very beginning as much as possible without any corrections. Even when he's gone off on me, I've kept him at a very low, because it's coming from insecurity and fear. He doesn't know who I am, right? Yep. So, good, there you go. So luring, following the lip. All right, come on, let's go. Come on. Oh, you got it. Good boy, good. Yeah. Up. Yep. Good boy, good. There you go. Good boy. Keep doing the desensitizing routine. Good. And building our relationship, right? Good. That's my boy. Good. Yep. Good boy, good boy. He's a sweetheart. Yep. Good. Nope. There you go. Good boy. Good. Here you go. Good boy. Yep. Good boy. Good. Up. Good boy. All right, come on, let's go. Yay, good boy. That's up, boy. Good. Up. Good. Now use least pressure to keep him back on that one. He's already figuring it out. He's a smart dog. Very intelligent. Good. And that's a double-edged sword. You don't know what you're doing and you do the wrong thing. Intelligence is what'll get you in trouble, because you've done the wrong thing. He knows that you've ruined your trust. You've ruined your relationship, right? Remember what I always say, a dog is a very emotional creature. Yep. Every dog is different how I approach it, but I sense this dog's intelligence. His watching me like a hawk when we first started. He's reading me as much as I'm reading him. That kind of behavior says that I can use that to my advantage. But again, if you do things wrong, you're going to affect your relationship, and you're going to be taking steps backwards instead of forwards. Yep, good boy, good, there you go, good boy. So now we got a good baseboard of what we got working on. Yep, and that's all we need, really. Get in there. Come on. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Good boy, Benzo. Yep. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Build up on our time level and how long it takes for me to open that door. So we'll start shutting it. Yep. With an attitude of, get in there. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Benzo. Good boy. Good. Benzo. Yep. Good boy. Good. And let him get used to that time level so he starts drawing security in the fact that he knows it's going to get opened up. Nope. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Yeah. Yes. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. That's a boy. Good. And I'm bringing out the ball more now. He's one of these guys that's really a hard charger, so he's got no control. You can get bit pretty easy if you don't be careful and you're not aware of his stimulation level. You got to keep it kind of balanced to try to teach him and to get him into the 2-ball. And again, give him something else to have happy with it, and then into the prey drive, which is a big part of this nature of this dog, you know. And so give him some outlets. Yep. Good boy, good. Good. Benzo, Benzo. Good. Little tap on the leash. I've been walking around property and I'm saying that Benzo, and I might tap it, but he comes right back into me. That's what I'm building on that. Benzo, good boy. Yeah, yeah, go. Good boy, Benzo. Good boy. All right, so now what I'm going to do is a little bit of ball work, end it on this, basically the foundation that we've got started here. Good. Good boy. Right away, you notice the body language and you right away dropped. Right now, I haven't added a name to it yet. Well, I have. I've been saying down periodically, but we'll get more into it. Good. And now I'm starting to, he understands me jumping around. I'm not going to. See it? Now we've got him there. We were giving him a no marker before because he kept breaking, right? And now we can already, nope, nope, nope. Good. I did it yesterday and I was clocking him no problem, but you notice my energy level was higher there, right? I'm walking, see it? Right? There's the energy level. I'm not being as deliberate and keeping my energy level down lower, and that's why he's breaking. So he's not ready for that yet, but we will. Come on. Yes, good boy. Benzo. Seats, come on. Seats, come on. Nope, come on. Good, yes, good boy. Sit. Good. Using leash pressure because he's not picking up on the body language and doing it for me. Come on, sit, come on, sit. Good, yes, good boy. Good, yes, good. Good boy. Good. There we go. Yep. So I'll get it to work with a little bit of leash pressure and helping him out with that so he starts to understand what sit means. Good. Good. Nope. Good. Nope. Sit. Sit. Come on. Sit. Good boy. Good. Yes. Good boy. Good. Yes. Good boy. The apprehension's just in him not understanding what I want. Yes. So I've got to break it up and I'll isolate just the sit. Stop doing as many downs. He's got that wired. Start doing the sit and then tie in the same pattern of bouncing and then good. Okay. Good. Remember what good is. Duration marker. You're doing the right thing. Keep it up. So we're going to try to keep signifying that to him in as many places as possible so he picks up on what the vocabulary is. Good means you're doing the right thing. Keep it up. Good. Good. Now I'm not going to get into, I'll get in a little bit of clocking is where I'm going to stretch. I'm trying to get to that point where I can clock him. Good. Good. And there's a distinct time level, so we're working on time level too, getting him to key in on things happen within a time level so that I can stretch time levels and I can do things that I need to using time level, right? It's very beneficial if you have a sense of it and you understand it. And that was the word I was looking for the other way. I said something else, but time level is the word that I use all the time. Good. Basically, it means the gap in between the time that I say good, take him back to food, or how long do I bounce. These time levels he'll pick up on if you're consistent with him, right? Good. Bruno. Good. Benzo. Good. Benzo. Yep. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good. And then this also allowed me to start teaching him a no marker because I was kind of saying no every time he'd break, go back into him. And so that started it with a no marker, right? Again, what is our objective? To teach him all three of those markers, right? No, good, and yes. It all starts there. Good. And this is just how I convey the concept to the dog. Good. And I start it with my downs from my side, then out in front. Bouncing around is distraction. The 3 Ds, remember the 3 Ds? Distance, distraction, and duration. And that's kind of what we're adding in here right now. Good. The clocking could be considered a good. Good. And I'm accenting right now that it's going back to the center, right? We're starting off the left-hand side, which is really, and I jumped and I started clocking him all the way because he was doing it yesterday, but I got to back up and remember that I've got to convey this to him in the right way so that we load that roller deck. We boot the computer in the right way and give it the right information so that it is there for us to use as we keep building. Remember, one thing on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. So you keep building the dog. You'll hear me saying growing the dog. That's what we're doing. We're trying to grow his skill level to a point where he understands this. But it is communication, it's vocabulary, it's all the things that you need to put into the roller decks of the animal. And each one, good, nope, 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 good, nope, nope. Good. Notice I didn't want to come in on him too heavy. Again, I don't want to hurt our relationship, and there's no reason for it. I can just keep kind of lightly correcting him. He's going to figure that out on his own. When he gets robbed of food, when something doesn't happen. Very intelligent dog. He's launching everything that happens. And so we want to build it. Nope. Good. In the right way so that he learns to learn. Right? Good. Good boy. Good boy, Benzo. You're doing good, buddy. I'm real happy with your progress. Good. Good. Benzo. Yep. And notice I'm not talking about the individual behaviors. I'm more talking about how I put this together to build the dog, to get the dog's mentality to understand, which means the vocabulary, what no, good, and yes mean. Good. And then the vocabulary of the sit, we'll keep working on it. Yes. Good. Good. There you go. Good. Okay. Good. A little bit more of a pause so he starts to understand a little better. Okay, but there's a time level there that I'm being consistent with and that I'm going to keep working on so that I can keep building it. Good boy, that's above us. So that he understands time level, that he's supposed to wait, that he's supposed to be patient, right? At first it starts almost immediate with him going right into good. As time goes along, I'll give more and more duration, but I'll have distinct time levels on when I do these patterns. Like this one here. How long does it take me to get out in front, bounce around, and before I say, good boy, Benzo. Yep, good boy. Have a hard time cycling my roller decks in regards to the dog's names. Calling him Bruno. If I'm doing English and German and then French, I start using another dog's name, or I'll be giving him French instead of the German. I do it all the time. And as it gets older, it gets worse. Thank God for the videos, because I can say, damn it, I was calling him Bruno for the whole session. And it happens. It happens. Yes, it does. Benzo and Bruno have the same B on it, right? Good. Benzo. Nope. Nope. Good. Did you see him roller decking on that one? Basically, I robbed him of the food, and I said no when I did, until he did the right behavior, and then good. So he's starting to figure out I am able to now start to grow the dog in that respect. Good. So I can start challenging him and saying no and then rob the food. He'll understand it the more I do it, and it'll become a correction. You don't need to give a correction a physical way if you know what you're doing. Yep. Yeah, good boy. That was good. You're doing the sit now. You're doing a sit now. Yep, we're done. We're done. You want to play? You ready? Are you ready? Ooh, you ready? Oh, good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Now what I want to do, all right, done. Nope. Is get this stuff out of my way and use our same spot so I don't lose my camera set. And I didn't do any bowls this morning, which is fine. You can skip around. You don't need to be so rigid with your patterns. You need to mix things up and grow your patterns and change what you're doing a little bit, right? But I want to add in ball play to him because of the fact that we're going to be using that to have enjoyment. We'll always end our sessions, most of the time, not always, but most of the time we'll end our sessions with ball play, which means that's the last thing you did with him, and it'll leave his head in a very positive place. And he'll want to come back out and play and have a good time, because we're going to weave that into our relationship dynamic, right? And then vocabulary. You ready? You ready? Ready? Oh, good boy. Good. Yes. Good boy. Good. Yes. Good boy. Good. That's our boy. Good boy. Easy. Easy. Good. Put my hand there. He touched my hand right away. I gave him a negative marker. Hey. And then I'm going to try to reaffirm that I don't want him biting my hand, right? He's got to be a part of this process. Nope. Yes. Good boy. Good. Yeah. Go. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Good. He's still not sure what I want. Out. Sit. Nope. Good. Yes. Good boy. Good. Yeah. Go. Good boy. So I got to teach him what it is, right? He wants to go to the second one because he sees the motion. Out. Nope. Here. Good. Sit. Good. So I'm adding this in. This is, yes. Don't work the same way with every dog. Good. Nope. Good. Yes. Good boy. Good. He's starting to figure it out, and I'm going to get him to go to the second ball. I've been doing this for 2-3 days now. Good. Out. Yes. Good boy. Good. Yeah. Go. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Try to keep it up till he understands the concept I'm trying to convey. Good boy, Benzo. Good boy. He's got it. Nope. Good. Good boy. Good. Nope. Good. And nope. Good, Benzo. Good boy. Good boy. Nope. Seats. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Now, this is going to work only because I've already installed my voice tones, right? The negative marker, the correction tone, out. Yes. Good boy. Good. That's a boy. Good boy. Good. Yeah. Go, Joker. Good boy. Good. Hey, out. Set. Good. Nope. Good, Benzo. Yes, good boy, good. There you go. Good boy. You just got to learn when to and when not to. He's being stimulated because he sees this other ball over here. Good boy, good. Benzo, out. Yes, good boy, good. Out, good boy, good. Very intelligent dog. Just got to take it slow. Good boy. And then not get bit in the process. Good, Benzo, out. Yes, good boy, good. Yeah, you go. Good boy, good. Remember the rules. The live comes alive when he does the right thing. Good boy, good. Good boy, Benzo. One dies. Benzo, out. Yes, good boy, good. Yes, good boy, Benzo. Good boy. Good boy, Benzo. Good. That's my boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy, Benzo. Good. All right, it's a little rough around the edges right now, but it'll get better as we go. I just got to try not to get bit in between the process. He's a goer. He's a goer. Yes, he is. If you don't know what you're doing, you will get bit. Good. Benzo, out. Yes, good boy, good. Yes, good boy, good. Good boy, good. There you go. All right, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, and Benzo. Sorry about the sound, but we're going to have to fix it again. I go through a lot of mics. Good, because I'm buying the cheap ones. Out. Yes, good boy, good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Good boy, Benzo. Good boy. Good boy, Benzo. Benzo, out. Yes, good boy, good. Good boy, Benzo. Good. Good boy, Benzo. Good boy, Benzo. Good boy. Out. Done. Nope. Good. Done. Okay, now they go away because we need that last part of it, which is to teach them when it's over with, it's over with. Done. Good. That's a boy. We're done. Good boy. You want some? Huh? You want some? Yeah. Oh, you're on the foot. I don't want to tangle you up. Okay. Good boy. Good. Yay. And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm reading the animal. I'm learning how does he deal with stimulation. Does he go up over the top? How is he dealing with me telling him no? Working him through it. Every dog's a little different. I'm giving him impulse control right away and saying no because he's very intelligent. He's going to figure out my patterns and what I'm asking off of my voice tone. Remember, every dog is different, and it comes from here. It's your gut. The more dogs you have under your belt, the better you'll do at this stuff. Good. Yep. Good boy. We're done. We're done, Benzo. We're done. You want to come over here and say hi? We're done. Good boy. We're done. Good boy. We're done. Then I got to worry about him trying to climb me and get too frisky because he's so used to being precocious in that way, good boy, good. And our relationship needs to get through this sort of thing. We'll keep building. We're stabilizing the dog's mental, putting the energy in the right places, giving him what he needs to grow. We need to grow the dog, right? Vocabulary is part of it. Relationship is a big part of it. All kinds of things that are happening with a dog like this. You know, his family loves him. He was a great pet at home, but you get to a point you want to go do something and you haven't done the right thing. It can be real hard with a Tasmanian devil like this that doesn't have a clue, right? We'll give him vocabulary, give him environment, and get him through all this and give him a great baseboard that we can build on as we go along, because it's not done for that first month. The first month is just your initial teaching him the vocabulary and good. And his marker words and all that. This has got to be in there so that he can learn and grow, right? We can't grow the dog if we don't give him some basic foundational things. All right, good boy. That's good. That's good. He's getting so much better. He is. I don't totally trust him. He's always got this little bit of a herky-jerky in him. It's getting better and better all the time as our relationship grows, right? Good boy, good. But really, it does come back to that. Nope. Good boy, good. And notice me saying a no marker, right? He wants to climb. He's so used to being precocious with his family. I'm a stranger, and the relationship's built on, oh, you're a new guy putting all this stuff on me. Do I want to put up with it, right? So he has to learn the times, and I have to be good enough to be able to get him through it. So we have a good, nope, nope, no. You stay off. You stay off. Good boy, good. There you go. Good boy, good. There you go. Notice my voice tone going in positive and negative at the right times. He's smelling the ball. He wants to climb me. Very natural instinct for certain dogs. This dog is just got a little bit of a, he's going to make a good protection dog if I make sure he's stable. I won't do protection without a stable dog. No. Good, good. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. I'd really love to love on you, but I don't trust you totally because it'll escalate to aggression, and there's a certain amount of dominance in it, and I don't want that part of the relationship dynamic. He can't be dominant with me. Doesn't mean that I need to make him submissive, but it has to be equal within our relationship. And if you let him get to a point where he thinks he can get one over on you, and he starts to want to do that because of his instinctive dominance within him, you've got a problem, right? Remember, he's just coming into himself. Yep, good boy, good, there you go, good boy, good, there you go. You want to go for a walk? We're done. I'm going to walk you before I put you back in, okay? We'll go potty, huh? Yeah, let's go walk around property. All right, talk to you guys later. Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, and Benzo.